Red 2 standing by, all for lit, and in the green. Welcome back to Pokemon Emerald version, where we are keeping up with, well, what the last episode title said, current events. We are bumbling around in the middle of nowhere, looking for... Is it here I have to go from? Looking for trainers to battle just a little bit lower. That behind me, that is the entrance to the sealed chamber. Now, we might be able to go into this little water maze and find some trainers, or not. Oh, no, hang on, we can. We have to be very careful, though. Yep, we've actually got a couple of trainers here. And this time I paid attention to my repels. So going through the sea routes is understandably really tedious. It's just not fun in the slightest. It takes ages. And the fact that we have to deal with the currents is not exactly the most exciting thing. Because you don't have the freedom of exploration, which is something I really, really like. Alrighty, Bagon. That and that'll do the trick. And there we go. Main deck trick. Did not paralyze us, okay. And Bagon is the first form of our regional pseudo-legendary. It will evolve into Shelgon, which will evolve into Salamence. Bagon is very fond of flying. Oh, speaking of things like that, I did actually catch some Pokemon off screen, which I haven't mentioned. So, while training in the... I nearly said Spear Pillar, it's Sky Pillar. Alright, who's this peanut? Bugcatcher James. Wait, didn't you call me and tell me you won another time? I think you might have actually told me that you won. Right, you're not getting a boot to the head, you're not getting a boot to the groin. I'm actually feeling kind of merciful. So I will let you go. I will also heal my Pokemon in Slateport and then fly back to Pacific Log and see if I can find a couple of other trainers. And we'll also take the time to have a look at our Pokédex entries. So, the new additions to our Pokédex are... Surprisingly, where is it? Surprisingly, we did not have Golbat, the bat Pokemon. Golbat is ubiquitous and really doesn't stand out. It's maybe slightly less ubiquitous than Zubat, but it is just a generic bat. It is extremely glad that it has finally acquired eyes, however, and it looks upon the world and sees many terrible things happening. Deep down, Golbat harbors dreams of being a superhero, the legendary Man-Bat. Maybe someday, a Golbat will gather its equipment, get a whole lot of human-themed accessories, and fight crime as the legendary Man-Bat, bringing peace to regions at last. We have to go a bit further through now because we have... Altaria, the humming Pokemon. People cannot help but hum along with Altaria's melodies. It is incredibly good at keeping time and will encourage people to sing along with it. If anything, Altaria likes to lift the mood and is always jubilant and excitable when it comes to sharing the gift of music with the world. Altaria enjoys holding impromptu concerts and very much appreciates hugs from its fans. Likewise, its fans like hugging Altaria because it's incredibly soft and fluffy. If slightly wet, remember you are hugging a cloud, so as comfy as it is, there's a bit of water vapour. Probably don't hug it while wearing your Sunday best. Then we've got Claydol, the Claydol Pokemon. One of Claydol's cousins, another Claydol, yes, they are imaginatively all named Claydol, wound up achieving a measure of fame with its cameo in The Empire Strikes Back. Unfortunately, Claydol has tended to tell this story over and over and over again, and its co-workers are all sick of hearing about it. That said, Claydol, for all its vision, can't see that. It is very good at spotting all sorts of missing objects and observing things that people may not necessarily be able to see with its myriad eyes. It's also surprisingly good at working with clay, though it has not worked out how to effectively clone itself by animating its clay constructions. What are those? Oh, I know. There's Igglybuff and the... Wait, did I ever revive the fossil? I don't think I revived the fossil. Crumbs. Well, we have Banette, the marionette Pokemon. Banette is known to intimidate opponents with jerky, unnatural movement, almost acting as if some of its strings have been cut. It's very good at pretending to be various types of puppets as it travels the world seeking to carry out its grudges upon the person who abandoned it. Banette does have a softer side, however, and if you can wind up making friends with it, it will be an incredibly good companion. However, you do have to put up with the fact that it does tend to move around slightly creepily and will occasionally wake you up to talk to you in the middle of the night because it is very much a night owl. Quite a few trainers have been startled by those glaring eyes in the middle of the night, despite the fact that Banette, if trained well, is genuinely friendly and will not harm you. If you abandon it, good luck, you're gonna need it. I didn't revive the fossil. Damn it. Oh well, that can be for next episode. Because we still have to wander around and find all these trainers. So, now that we know what we're doing, question mark, we'll battle a few more trainers, and if I miss some, that's okay. I'll come back and show them in an extra recording so that we can just sort of proceed. Let me see. 2 spaces. Nope. We actually had some repel, so we can skip this area. Go down here. Oh, item. That's okay. Rare candy. That's even better. That's a happy mistake. I mean, yeah, we all wind up making little mistakes along the way, but here's the thing. Oh no, there's a trainer there. Dang it. Ended up in the middle of nowhere again. So we're stuck up here. Alrighty, so we missed some opponents. See, that's the hard thing. You go, oh no, there's a trainer. How do I get there? And you just have to guess. You know what I'd compare it to? That really, really annoying well, a lot of them are annoying. But it's like that guesswork section in Majora's Mask. In the moon, where you have to go through the different tunnels and pick things at random. and try and make your way to the heart piece in the Zora section of the moon. Ah, we haven't battled this guy, have we? He's a black belt. You contemplate Pokemon 24 hours a day. I know how I'm going to beat you by waiting for you to fall asleep. You will suffer sleep deprivation eventually. And my cat will beat the crap out of you. Hopefully. Oh well, we get it back after the battle and we finish it with a Shadow Ball. There we go. Well done, little black cat. Yes, as I've mentioned, the actual Kiwi is a black cat. She's been good luck for us. In her own little way. Still a very nice cat. I admit that's a perk of my job that I really, really like. When I go on the routine inspections, I get to meet cats. And there are dogs I like as well. I mean, admittedly, I'm the sort of oddball who's like, you know what, let's put in a pet request form for a pet rock and see what happens. But yeah, there are all sorts of little legal minutiae that have to be navigated. Ah, that's what I'm looking for. I think we've found most of the trainers anyway. Look, that's a bit mean. But yeah, if you do go with the flow, you wind up somewhere you don't want to be most of the time. And we will drop an Earthquake because Falcon doesn't care. Tsunama has been very good. Like, as I said, I'm really happy with how this team has played out. For the most part, the fact that Grumpig has such an awful moveset, the move pool is so shallow and that bugs me, but could be worse. Alrighty, so we want to drop an Ice Beam there, an Aerial Ace there, and an annoying Fake Out because of course. Yeah, there are plenty more Pokemon for me to use over time. So many great options, and this team, apart from the little irritations along the way, it's done really well. Probably the fact that some Pokemon have really crummy movesets and the best moves available for them are locked behind the Battle Frontier is the one thing I'd wind up criticizing. But oh wait, you... Look, I'm not much for camping. The hotel was invented for a reason. I have never managed to be comfortable while camping. I don't know if it's physically possible. Like, you need a proper mattress, you need a good sleeping bag. You need multiple tons of insect repellent. And who knows how Okay, so we've made it here. I think we need to stick more to the lower routes. But yeah, you need tons of insect repellent, you need to make sure the weather's decent, you need to have reasonable food, plenty of stuff that doesn't wind up spoiling easily, but not baked beans, because then nobody will want to go camping with you again. And so in addition to all the preparations you have to make, making sure the weather's not horrible, making sure you don't try and set up your tent on an ant's nest, all this other stuff, you then generally wind up having to deal with the fact that the tent as an entity will inevitably be about 2 inches too small for the frame that you would like to put it on. So it's a massive fight to get the blasted thing actually up. Then you wind up having to fight to get the blasted thing back in its bag. Another battle. I think we've probably nearly fought everyone. At least I hope we've nearly fought everyone. But yeah, it's always difficult. Like, you can't get the tent back in the bags. You can't get sleeping bags back in the bags. They never fit. It's an absolute fight to try and get it done. So you've got a whole lot of irritating equipment to handle. You've got terrible conditions to deal with. The food varies. But there are also those moments that do genuinely make it worthwhile. If you actually get a nice night free of critters, like a good spring night in a location that actually lets you see the stars, I think that might just convert somebody to liking camping. That would probably be what you'd need, I'd say. Ah, a thing. A useful thing. No trainers. What do we got here? Okay, so this is the island. This should do. Yep, so if we can dive, that's where we enter the sealed chamber. So I don't think we can go up unless we go a bit higher up. But we made it into that little maze. Oh, there's another opponent. Damn. Damn, how do I get... Back we go. Logic to this, at least. I need to sneak in and get the double battle once again. So, I think I have actually battled everyone, which is really good. Alrighty, well, let's just... business as usual, basically. Drop an ice beam there, an aerial ace not on my teammate. So yeah, I'll have to reconsider some moves as we go through Victory Road too. Hey, nice work, Tsunama. The stats aren't flash but Tsunama does the job. Falcon holds out pretty well. Spheal. That's another Pokemon I haven't got to use. Oh, hold on. Oh, I hope it... Sorry about that, the blasted antivirus thing keeps popping up. It's going on. There's always something it tries to bring up that's like basically saying, I'm not doing the job you're actually organizing me to do. Pay me a lot more money and I might actually start pulling my weight. I mean, granted, that is my own ambition to be paid more money, but I still do what I'm actually paid to do in the first place. Not like this stuff. Technology only ever goes wrong when there's a Y in the day, as I keep saying. And this is... Star Piece. Money. Alrighty. And this gets us... I think we've battled absolutely everyone. At long last, I think we've actually cleared those routes out. If not, I'll tack something on in editing, do it a bit later, so the team's going to be a little bit different. Now, I'm going to teach Tsunama Waterfall, which kind of sucks, but I do have heart scales. So... rightio, we'll teach Tsunama Waterfall because now I can do some exploration. I mean, Amnesia is actually going to come in handy. Amnesia is going to be my ace in the hole against Wallace. Because that will actually allow me to wind up writing out a few more hits. Alright, what do you want? Is this a prank call? Oh, wait, that's breathing. Look, no girl wants a phone call with somebody breathing heavily down the phone, dude. But yeah, if you're talking while exercising, you do have to take deeper breaths. That was not smart, dude. Seriously, don't do that. Some of these people, I swear. I mean, I don't want to wind up causing a mountaineering accident, so he's not getting a boot to the head. Not yet. He's getting it... He has a delayed boot to the head hanging over him. Alrighty, so I can deposit the Firestone. But we can do that in Falarbor Town. So, oh yeah. Well, I've actually got time now, so... Do we have to deposit a Pokemon? Rustboro City! I think we actually have... I think we might actually have to deposit a Pokemon temporarily. While we're here, let's quickly check the stats of those new Pokemon I caught, which I did wind up isolating just in case. Brave Nature, not bad. Cladle's attacking stats are both an iffy 70. Decent stats. Self-Destruct, Ancient Power, Sandstorm, and Hyper Beam. Quite a few of them blew up while I was training Joel. Banette, Insomnia. Really doesn't have the best abilities. Nightshade, Curse, Spite, and Will-O-Wisp. It's annoying to battle in the wild. Impish Nature, not bad. Natural Cure, pretty good ability actually. There we are. Fluffbird has pretty good defensive stats. And Golbat, which is just there. Now that would be interesting, using a Golbat with an Everstone. Yeah, the composition of the team is not changing now. I mean, there's no reason for it to. This is the team we're sticking with, and despite the fact I was always hemming and hawing about Captain Toad because he didn't wear his glasses, and leveling up Breloom is a pain in the butt, no way Captain Toad's going anywhere after the battle with Juan. That was an epic. Now, which one is it? Here comes the Pokeballs, Repeat Ball, Timer Ball. I prefer the Dusk Ball myself. I've always been a fan of the Dusk Ball because I play at night a lot. Talking with Pokemon, yeah, Hey You Pikachu was jank. The microphone was... You're 2 gens too early. The microphone in Hey You Pikachu was jank. I mean, the microphone in Mario Party 6 was jank as all hell. Ah, this is the guy. Pokemon Fossil. Fossil regenerator, so we have to leave the building. At least this time we are reviving an actual creature. This one is a little bit odd because Anorith is an Anomalocaris. Maybe Anomalocaris? Not sure how it's meant to be pronounced, but fossilized Pokemon has been brought back to life. Anorith! I can't fit it all in there, so I'll just use the... There we go. That... And we can have another Pokedex entry. Let's check out the stats of Rock Lobster. Bashful's alright. Interestingly, Anorith is faster than Armaldo, and now we can actually open our Pokedex. Anorith, the old shrimp Pokemon. Anorith may be the old shrimp Pokemon, but it was not discovered in a questionable seafood market. It was, in fact, discovered during an underwater expedition where they were digging up fossils in old riverbeds. As a matter of fact, Anorith does have a lot of potential as a creature which could adapt to modern day life, but it's generally best not to because we don't know what would happen if we let these fossilized creatures into the ecosystem. Remember the words of Jeff Goldblum, your scientists were so preoccupied with whether they could, they didn't stop to think whether they should. Who knows what evolution, Pokemon or otherwise, will actually do to these menacing creatures. Although in fairness, Anorith doesn't look that menacing. Yet. Alrighty, thank you very much for joining me. We'll get our team back together again, and until next time, this is Red 2, returning to base.